Hi, I'm Tom Lu. Today I'm in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. Scotland and England once were separate kingdoms in history, and they had a complicated relationship. England often tried to control Scotland, but Scotland resisted, famously fighting for its independence. Scotland and England united in 1707. Scotland contributed to the expansion of the British Empire and two world wars. After World War II, Scotland prospered, becoming an economic powerhouse of Europe, while keeping its distinctive culture and history, making it a popular tourist destination and the second most visited city in the UK. Arthur's Seat is Edinburgh's most iconic natural landmark, an ancient extinct volcano rising dramatically in the heart of the city within Holyrood Park. At 823 feet high, it's the highest point in Edinburgh, offering stunning 360-degree panoramic views over the city's skyline, the Firth of Forth, and the distant hills. Formed around 340 to 350 million years ago during the Carboniferous period, when Scotland was near the equator, the hill is a part of a cluster of volcanic remnants. Glaciers later shaped its rugged profile, leaving steep rocky faces on one side and the gentler grassy slopes on the other. Human activity here dates back to at least 5000 BC, with evidence of hill forts from around 2000 years ago. The name Arthur's Seat is mysterious, possibly linked to King Arthur legends. Some even speculated as a Camelot site, or more likely a variant of Gaelic terms like height of arrows or place of prominence. Robert Louis Stevenson, a Scottish novelist, famously called it a hill of magnitude, a mountain in virtue of its bold design. Salisbury Crags are a dramatic line of sheer cliffs on the west side of Arthur's Seat. They are one of the most striking geological features. These impressive basalt cliffs, rising up to about 150 feet high in places, create a bold, jagged skyline visible across much of the city and provide some of the best panoramic views over Edinburgh. Geologically, the crags are a horizontal sheet of igneous rock that intruded into older sedimentary layers around 325 to 340 million years ago during the Carboniferous period. Unlike Arthur's Seat's main volcanic cone, the crags formed from magma pushing underground rather than erupting on the surface. Glaciers later sculpted the landscape, exposing the dramatic vertical faces. The site holds huge importance in the history of geology, which helped prove the Earth is ancient and the rocks form through gradual processes. Today, the crags are a popular spot for hikers, with an easy to moderate trail running along the base. The trail, named the Radical Road, was built in the 1820s by unemployed weavers as a make-work project. You can follow it for stunning city views. The circular walk is about 2 to 3 miles with moderate elevation gain, taking 1 to 2 hours. St. Anthony's Chapel ruins are a hauntingly picturesque medieval remnant perched on a rocky outcrop at Arthur's Seat. This small atmospheric ruin, often described looking more like a gong tower or castle fragment than a chapel, adds a romantic, ancient touch to the volcanic landscape of Arthur's Seat and the Salisbury Cracks. It's unclear when exactly the chapel was built. Scholars estimated it to be at least the early 15th century. It was likely founded under the influence of the Holyrood Abbey. The structure was probably a rectangular chapel with a tower around 40 feet high, possibly 3 stories, but fell into disuse and ruin after the Scottish Reformation in 1560. Today, only fragments remain, primarily the tall north wall with arched openings, parts of the west wall, and the remnants of an ancillary building. The site feels isolated and mystical, perfect for photos against the dramatic backdrop of Arthur's Seat slopes, the lake below, often dotted with swans and birds, and the sweeping city views toward Edinburgh's skyline.